Hello and welcome to Durham, this beautiful riverside town with some amazing buildings. What an amazing setting. We've got the river, the wharf, the old bridge over there, got the castle, and further up you've got the cathedral. So much here in Durham. And what a beautiful day it is too. It's a Friday morning, Friday afternoon in June, and the sun glistening off the water as people are walking along the side of the river. It makes it a beautiful setting. Right, let's go and have a walk round. Next to the river you've got the River Walk complex. There's lots of restaurants and bars and little shops along here. It's a perfect place to come for something to eat, something to drink, and something to spend some nice time looking out over the river. This plaque is to commemorate the official opening of Millennium City by Her Majesty the Queen as part of the Golden Jubilee celebrations in May 2002. As you come into Durham, in the town centre, city centre, you'll see these amazing buildings, and that leads on to the high street where there's normal shops, chain shops, but there's definitely the link to the history and the amazing architecture here as well. Let's go further up the high street now. This here is St Nick's Church on the edge of the high street here, and as you take a little walk further up you get to see the rest of the town centre. Here's the high street, here's the bus that takes you up to the cathedral, number 40 bus. I might jump on that to save some of the hill later on. But as you come into it you see the amazing old architecture here. You can tell there's definitely that charm here around the town hall area. So let's have a closer look at some of the items on show here in Durham. And next to St Nick's Church is the town hall here, with a balcony on the first floor there, next to the market hall and a pub called the Market Tavern. We'll explore some of these a bit further. But as you look around this marketplace here, yes, you've got the post office and card factory, you've got statues, you've got old buildings leading off to the side. Got the old Barclays Bank here, and whatever this building used to be here, it's certainly got very decorate style to it here that is now there at Boots. But I want to first take you to show you this dude up here with his trident, the statue of Neptune. This here is the statue of Neptune. You can see him there with his crown on, with his trident, and a big fish underneath it. There's a plaque, so as you know we love a plaque on this channel. Let's read what the plaque says. Neptune. This statue was given to the city in 1729 by George Bowes MP of Gibbside and Streatham as a symbol of the scheme to link Durham to the sea by improved navigation of the River Wear. It stood on top of the marketplace wellheads until 1923, when it was moved to Wharton Park. It was restored in 1986 following an appeal initiated by the City of Durham Trust. And there's another one this side. It says the statue was restored to its traditional place in the marketplace in May 1991, unveiled by the Mayor of Durham. Very good, and here it is in the marketplace, along with the other statues here. We'll have a look at those two next. So outside the town hall is this statue here for the Durham Light Infantry, 1758 to 1968, dedicated to all who served in the regiment and in memory of those who gave their lives in the cause of freedom. And here's the statue here. And here it is in the middle of the marketplace. So as we're looking around statues, let's look at the next one. He's a big old fella over there. Let's have a look at him. This one here is of Charles William Vane Stewart, the Marquis of Londonderry, the Lord Lieutenant of the County of Durham and founder of Seaham Harbour, General in the Army. And here he is, up on his oss. A truly brilliant statue in the marketplace here. Look at the grandeur, look at the detail on that. It's excellent. Those of you who've seen this channel before will know that I love a blue plaque on this channel. And at the market hall there's a blue plaque there. So let's go and investigate. So I was walking up to the market hall. It says it's more than just a market, it's Durham's independent department store. But it's the blue plaque we want to see now. Here it is. Market Hall, designed by Philip Charles Hardwick for Durham Markets, a company created by an Act of Parliament in 1851 on the site of New Place, the Tudor townhouse of the Earls of Westmoreland. And here it is. Loving the bunting here. Very patriotic as we come down here into the Market Hall. And there's another plaque here just inside the doorway saying it is the site of the 15th century townhouse of the Neville family, and it was demolished in 1851. Well, it's here now, so must have rebuilt it. There's all the things here on the signs as to what's happening at Durham Market Hall. I won't film too much in there, but we'll have a little glance now. And there's lots going on here at Durham Markets. You see, throughout May and June they've got all these different events on. You can find out more about Durham Markets on their social media here. But as we come through here, there's a stall selling old jewellery, there's fruit and veg, there's coffee, there's somewhere to have a drink upstairs there. That might be worth doing. But it's nice. There's aspects of quirkiness, all these independent shops in here. But there's something for everyone here. I particularly like this tractor here, Farmer Giles. Wow. There's a record shop in here that also sells artwork as well. You get everything in here. I do love a good market. I do like this. There's a miniature railway up here that's got all the landmarks of Durham up here as well. That's impressive. I'm liking that. For those of you who want to take the easy way up the hill, there's a bus for £1 that takes you up the hill. So I'm going to get the bus up and then walk back down again. Much easier. I definitely recommend taking the bus up the hill. For £1, it's definitely worthwhile. And behind me is Durham Cathedral. They're tolling the bells now saying Rich Lord Travels is here, and it's time for you to click subscribe. It's time for you to click like. It's time for you to comment below about your favourite thing that you know about Durham in the comments below. This place here is Palace Green. There's the green. You've got the University Library behind me there. Behind that even further is the castle. And to the side is that there cathedral. Now Durham is a university city. You can see lots of young people coming out of the castle entrance there, because part of the castle is also the accommodation for some of the students. And next door to the castle is the University Library here. Durham being a World Heritage Site, and they're doing an exhibition at the moment for Shakespeare Recovered. It says Durham's First Folio. And these mighty, amazing buildings here, dating back a long time ago. We'll try and find out a little bit more, and we'll have a look over here at these statues above a plaque and a door. And you know me, I love a plaque. We can always find out information. This plaque says it's the former exchequer and chancery of the Palatinate, built for Bishop Neville, 1438 to 57. And up above, you can see these two statues, one holding a coat of arms and another an animal with a crown and another coat of arms there. Nice. So this is Durham Castle, home to the University College, the oldest college of Durham University. So walking along the cobbled stones here. The castle's only open at certain times because it being university property. But look at the building here. It's a beautiful start, isn't it? It's nice. Look at the walls here. Here. And the flag flying up high. What a beautiful place. What a beautiful seat of learning. And going through the gates here. See if we get a quick view from the other side. Wow. This is not a bad place to live, is it? Loving that big clock up there. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Durham Castle. They even have a game of croquet on the lawns there. That's nice and stylish. There's a bit of construction work going on in the area, and it's a sign here saying it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Durham Castle and Cathedral World Heritage Site. Inscribed on the World Heritage List of Cultural and Natural Treasures in 1986 for its outstanding universal value to humanity. That's quite a phrase, an outstanding universal value to humanity here. Well, it's pretty magical. Talking of magical, you might recognise that building over there. It featured in the first two Harry Potter films. Let's see if we get a closer look now, if they'll let us in. And what a beautiful building it is here. There's people coming in and out of the cathedral. There's been some event on today. There's people walking out with musical instrument cases here. Let's go and see if we get a closer look. There's been a cathedral here since 1093, and inside there's a chapel that dates back to the 12th century. So we'll get a closer look here at Durham Cathedral. So as we know, cathedrals aren't just known as Durham Cathedral, they have their official name as well. Let's look at the sign here that says more about Durham Cathedral. It's the Cathedral Church of Christ, Blessed Mary the Virgin and St Cuthbert of Durham. For more than 1,000 years people have worshipped God on this site. Originally a monastic cathedral, the present building dates back from 1093. It says, "We welcome all who come, be it from our local community or around the world. We invite you to journey as a pilgrim and explore this ancient and living centre of faith." This on the door is the sanctuary knocker, and it's been on the north door of Durham Cathedral for centuries. It takes its name from the fact that in the Middle Ages people who had committed a great offence could touch the knocker and would be granted sanctuary for 37 days, during which time the person had to choose between trial and voluntary exile. The hideousness of the monster's features was designed to ward off evil from a place of sanctuary here at Durham Cathedral. It is a source of inspiration for other creative works, some of which you can see as you walk around Durham Cathedral. This is a replica of the original 12th century bronze knocker, which is on display in Open Treasure, the cathedral's award-winning museum. And here it is, the sanctuary knocker. No jokes, please.
It's just so that she can...
As we're not able to film inside, I've taken some photos, so we'll put those in a bit of a montage, and you can see all round the glorious Durham Cathedral in photograph format on video. Right, enjoy this. You may have heard of my membership schemes that I'm offering. You can become an enabler. The enablers pay a small amount of money per month to have early access, 48 hours early access to all my videos. They also get a members only short every single week. Or if you want to join the Heroes membership group, with that you get an exclusive video once a month. You get an exclusive members only short once a week, and you get to see all the videos 48 hours ahead of anybody else. And you also get to see photos and status updates in the community posts that are for members only as well. So while I'm planning things, while I'm behind the scenes, extra things that I will bring to you as well. All this as part of the Ritual Travels memberships. To do this, click on join below this video. Right, let's go and find somewhere else to look round. Now seems like a good time to remind you to click subscribe, to click like on the video, and to add comments below about what you like about Durham, or what you don't like about Durham even. Or did you go to university here? What are your thoughts about Durham so far? Details below. I do love places that have cobbled streets. I know they're a bit of a pain if you're driving on them or even cycling on them, but they do have a certain aesthetic feel to it. So we're walking down Owen Gate now. You can see some of the university buildings here. Here's the Institute of Medieval and Early Modern Studies. And the buildings down here are pretty stylish too. You can see some of the houses here backing onto the castle, backing onto the castle walls behind there. That'd be pretty cool, having a castle in your back garden. That's pretty cool. Right, down we go. See what else we can find. What a lovely view of the cathedral up there. And just a bit of insight as to the restoration that's needed on some of these older buildings. I'm so glad I got the bus up and walking down. That's a much better option. So on the corner here there's a food place, a little cafe, and this is the corner here of Owen Gate, North Bailey and Sadler Street. Sadler Street's the one that's going down. Let's go down with it, back down towards the marketplace. Now it's a bit of a narrow road. There's traffic lights for one-way traffic. Down the side of the road you've got these little shops built into buildings with some of the merchandise available here. This one is called the Georgian Window. That's pretty cool. And you got the Keep Barber Shop there. Lots of eateries in Durham, lots of places to dine out, and lots of bars as well. Obviously with it being a university city, there's lots of places for people to meet up and talk about their studies. And the bookshop here, here's Waterstones, for all the reading they're doing at university. Next to Zizi's is this sign I've just seen here. Carefully across the road. It says Drury Lane, and there's a plaque. It says, "This Fennel Vennel, known as Drury Lane, was the site of a theatre 1771 to 1791. And it's down these steps, and it leads down towards the riverside as well. Now, fascination means I want to go and have a look down there, even though I don't like steps. Let's give it a go. And they're right. I've just gone down a few steps where I can see some water at the other end. Flip the camera around. Boom. There's some water. There's the river down there. But we want to go back onto the main road here and walk down and see what else we can see along the way. Interesting, they've called this a vennel, not a ginnel, not an alleyway. Vennel. What do you call little passageways like this? Let me know in the comments below. There's quite a few popular places around here. Flat white kitchen over there seems to have a bit of a queue outside of it. There's a few interesting other places around here. Let's explore a bit further. This shop opposite is called the Mugwump. I don't know what a Mugwump is, but it's a shop here. And next to a place called Fat Hippo. Interesting. Fat Hippo and the Mugwump. Nice. This pub opposite the Shakespeare dates back to 1109, and it was an inn that was called the Ostler and Groom in 1468, and remains one of the most haunted pubs in England. And there's a man waving at me. Hello, sir. I don't think he's one of the ghosts. I think it'd be rude not to call in and say hello to the Shakespeare. This lovely looking pub here in Durham. So I've just had a nice enjoyable drink in that pub there, the Shakespeare, talking to a couple of nice people in there. So hello to John and Dave, nice to meet you. So let's also talk about a little bit around Durham. Now, Durham missed out on the City of Culture this year, and they came runner-up to Bradford. And they came runner-up to Bradford. They said there's a lack of diversity in Durham, and that's something that kind of talked to these two fellas. They were saying that Durham is a smallish city, but with a large student population. So once the students go back home outside of term time, the town's pretty empty. It's quite quiet then, apart from tourists. So there's something lacking on that side of it. And Bradford has a larger population as a whole there, so that's quite a mixture. So that might be why one became the City of Culture and one didn't. Another couple of facts about Durham is that it has 10 towns that it's twinned with, 3 of which are also called Durham. There's the Durham in North Carolina, there's the Durham in Connecticut, and the Durham in New Hampshire as well. The other 7 aren't called Durham, but they are all twinned with Durham. Durham has granted the freedom of the city to 2 people in its time. There's the Archbishop Desmond Tutu, and there's also Sir Bobby Robson. They both have or had the freedom of the city of Durham. There's a nice variety of shops in Durham. Got the barber shop there, convenience store, another Waterstones, cafes, Edinburgh Woolen Mill, Pandora, opticians, vintage shops, and all these different places down here leading to a nice bridge. Let's have a wander down and see what we think. This road is Elvit Bridge, and that must be the bridge down there. Let's go and have a closer look at the bridge and the view from the bridge of the river down there. This here is called Tin of Sardines Gin Bar, and it claims to be Durham's smallest bar. And it's here on Elvit Bridge. And there seems to be lots of passing traffic. There's people coming for a gin, a pint. We've also got another wine bar across the road there. But Elvit Bridge is a busy bridge. And it's not just there. All the way down the riverside there's different bars, and the Boat Club Bar and Eatery, you got Saints Bar, river cruises down here. All this happening. And these lovely brightly coloured seats down here as well. But it's not just the nice places I want to draw your attention to. I also want to draw your attention to this place here. Clute. That's right, Clute nightclub. It was once voted the second worst nightclub in Europe, and the first one has since burnt down. So does this have the title of Clute being the worst nightclub in Europe? Possibly. I'll have to come back here another time and find out. Here's Clute down by the river. To say it's a Friday afternoon, it's quite a busy place for people doing their shopping as well. Down this road here, down the High Street, which doesn't feel like a high street, but it's called High Street. There's got the bunting up above and the shops are open down here. And you've got an art gallery down here, you've got Costa's, you've got Ryman, you've got TJ Hughes down the far end. You've got busy tourists talking away. All good, all good. Good to see people enjoying themselves. So many great old buildings being repurposed. This Victorian one, Albert House here. There's a crest up there saying Victoria AD 1837. It's now a Vodafone shop. Look how the multi-layered, stacked building here. And all these other buildings down here. All the way down the road here. You've got the Durham Gin Institute, the largest range of gins in the northeast. And all these different ranges of types of buildings along here. There's definitely a culture of eating outside wherever possible down here. We're just coming around this corner to another of the bridges going across the river. I do like it when towns and cities have their base upon a river or waterways. It's great that people can sit outside, enjoy the fresh air, right next to the water here, right next to the river. That's amazing. Across the way you've got Nanakeet here, and this side you've got the Riverside Kitchen, Durham, with great views of the kitchen. And it's dog friendly as well. Pooch is welcome, big or small, we welcome them all. Let's go and see the river. This here is Framwell Gate Bridge, an arch bridge dating back to the 1400s. That's pretty cool, isn't it? And you've got an eatery and a dinery down there where people can have something to eat and something to drink here down by the river. And here's the Framwell Gate Bridge, as we just mentioned. The original bridge was built by Ranulph Flambard. Who was he? He was the Bishop of Durham, 1099 to 1128. And it was the first permanent river crossing for Durham and was defended by a tower and gateway, but they were demolished in 1760. The present bridge, as seen from downstream, was rebuilt by Bishop Langley in the early 15th century and was widened from 6.2 metres to 8.6 metres upstream in the early 19th century. And that there is where we started the video, with the wharf and the river and the eateries and all that is good about Durham. So as we look to bring this video to a close, we've had an enjoyable time going around Durham. We've seen the river, we've seen the castle, we've seen the cathedral, we've seen the town, we've seen the shops, we've seen some of the bars, we've seen some of the alleyways, we've seen the shops, we've seen all that is good here in Durham. So thank you for watching, don't forget to click subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video soon. Thanks for watching, goodbye for now.